Yo.
Yeah.
What's good, man? Bigger business. We back at it. Good Tuesday. Early in the week, NBA playoffs on. LA playing Minnesota right now. Who was up last time we checked?
LA.
Look like Lakers trying to put BTA, get that get back. Shout out LeBron, Luka, and them. Ant-Man, you still got a half left. Let's see what you got in you. And go Bird. My Warriors did they number on them Rockets, man. It's looking good, but we got to see how the young guns are going to respond. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, man. You got any predictions on them two right there? You still going with the Rockets?
What you mean?
You said you think the Rockets was going to run away. Well, you think the Rockets are going to put up a good fight against the Warriors.
Yeah, they're going to put up a good fight.
Put up a good fight.
Lakers going to win tonight.
Lakers going to win tonight. What about the series on that one?
I'm undecided still.
Okay. All right, well, we got a lot going on in the tabloids, in the news. We can't call it tabloids. This is real deal news coming out of ESPN studios. Shannon Sharpe, he's under fire. Seems like they going boom, 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 boom. But Shannon Sharpe is under fire. We can't deny it. I sometimes I be biased in the situation. I'm gonna be honest. But we just learned some more information.
Why are you biased in these situations sometimes?
Because when it's just a repeated thing of them constantly trying to, the Diddy, the Jay-Z, I'm not sure who else came recently under these sexual misconduct allegations. And when they come from long time periods ago, this one is not as long ago, more recently. But it seemed like it's what's hot to do right now. Whether wrong or right, it's what's hot to do. And we have seen, for instance, with Jay-Z, people come from out the woodworks who never even met Jay-Z before and come and try to sue somebody. Now, there are more details to this case that we are going to get into. Mm-hmm. All right. So, this is Shannon Sharpe's response. Then we're going to break down kind of like the timeline of what's going on, give you some fun facts about this case. But this is what Shannon Sharpe had to say about the whole ordeal.
Family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
That was Shannon looking not so sharp. You want to break down some of the details?
Go ahead, break them down.
Okay, so what's interesting about this, right? He offered Tony Danzy, the young lady Carly, $10 million to settle this outside of court before it ever got to our attention. That's one damning thing I would say against Shannon Sharpe. In all actuality, he's on conversation, a clip of his conversation saying, "You're trying to manipulate me," and what did he say?
Something about choking her.
Hey, you say that again, I'm gonna choke you. I'm gonna choke the shit out of you. Mm-hmm. Shannon Sharpe voice. He did have messages from Carly with her suggesting having these freaky escapades, like, oh, my big black, blank, 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 we gonna do this, that, and the third, my boop, 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 you know what I'm saying? Cosplay, role play. He had several instances of her reaching out to him for these sexual escapades. There's a sex tape that Shannon Sharpe just mentioned, saying that it's 10 minutes long. He got 30 seconds. They're going to release a 30-second clip, and they doing this little role play, like, oh, my nasty slave, and I'm the housewife. Yeah, if they doing that, and you got the little, it can get crazy. You get a little 30 seconds or something. There's some role play. it can look crazy. Bottom line, this is what I'm saying on this first is don't never let no woman, if you're Shannon Sharpe, this is an OnlyFans model, why are you letting this woman record you and walk away with the tape? So at the end of the day, that was your fault. Go big on the situation.
Oh, I wonder how you feel. So you feel like he's guilty or not?
I don't feel like he's guilty. I don't. I'm gonna say until I see something more than him saying a little outburst like you're manipulating me. That sounds like somebody to me trying to manipulate because you're obviously recording it.
Well, that's
right?
That's a 20-year-old woman. But anyway, yeah.
Why is a 21-year-old woman recording the conversation?
Why is he recording sex?
She recorded it. He don't even got it.
Yes, but why? But why was he willing to record it?
He on some super freaky time. I guess he thought he could trust that woman.
All right,
you got to be able to trust a woman. You're gonna let her record you have sex, right?
Oh, maybe she, wanted to be on some super freaky time and recorded a conversation. You feel me?
Yeah.
Shit start getting, scary when shit getting recorded.
If somebody's recording you, there's obviously some intent. Like, right? Why are you recording? I mean, the sex tape. She's an OnlyFans model. So Shannon should have known. Like, I'm recording a sex tape with an OnlyFans model. There's a high probability that this will someday meet the public eye. Why you would let her record that and keep a copy of it, even if you recorded it, letting her keep a copy of it is wild. Because what do you think an OnlyFans model is going to do with a celebrity on TV? And she's trying to get her OnlyFans popping. What do you think is going to happen? That's why Shannon wasn't so sharp in that moment. I don't get that part. The snippet. Oh, you say that again, I'm going to choke you? Like, people go back and forth on the phone all day. People don't mean what they say. I go back and forth with I'm going back and forth with ladies I deal with, and said, XYZ. I might be mad in the moment, might be drunk, anything, and I might be talking out the side of my neck. People talk out their side of their neck. That's not that damning to me right now. Now, the age difference, that's for your own public opinion. Shannon Sharpe is what? Approaching 50?
I think you like 50.
50. It's a 20-year-old woman. Now, if the age difference is a little bit not to your liking, I can understand that. She is legal, but some people find issues with that. That is a large ass age.
That's not even the biggest part.
Yeah.
So when Jay-Z was just going through his little legal troubles, like a month ago, did he offer any type of money to sweep this shit under the rug?
No.
Because he wasn't guilty.
Because he didn't even know that woman.
And because he wasn't guilty.
Yeah.
Know her, not know her. If you don't want your name to be damaged, your character to be drugged through the mud, slide some money, right? He didn't do it because he was not guilty at all. I'm not saying Shannon guilty, but you offer $10 million and somebody don't take that. I think they got a whole bunch of other shit that's finna hit the fan.
Understandable.
That's gonna make him look even more guiltier than maybe what he looks now. So.
Understandable. Completely understandable.
Yeah. I'm not paying nobody if I didn't do anything wrong.
But the fact that you was there, like, that's like, okay,
if you didn't do anything wrong, if I didn't do anything wrong, I'm not paying nobody. I don't care if I was there. I don't care if I saw you get packed out. Whatever. You feel me?
Like that.
Yeah.
You might with some niggas, right? We in the club. We got the hyenas with us. We know we with the hyenas. The hyenas packed somebody out in the club, but you came with the hyenas. You didn't do anything wrong, but you came with these dudes right here. So it's like, I know I didn't do nothing wrong, but I'm in this situation because I walked in the door with him. So whether I did something or not, I'm here with him. And I think that's, in my opinion, what I think is why Shannon Sharpe offered that $10 million. I'm in cahoots with this woman. Whether I did something right or wrong or not, I know there was a camera when I was fucking her. I know there's these phone calls. I know once you realize she on some diabolical stuff, you're going to be like, okay, if I said stop and think, if a female I dealt with, if I found out she was recording shit and doing this and I was like, what would this make me look like to the public? Even though I'm not on nothing malicious with her, I'd be like, oh, she can make that look crazy.
So if you're not on nothing malicious with her, and you know you're on camera, and you know you didn't do anything wrong, then the camera's going to prove that you didn't do anything wrong. You're not getting a red cent from me.
I know how, what do you call that shit? Out of context is everything. The
camera going to show it that you would not have.
You got the camera footage.
Evidently, it's about to be a sex tape that come out. You feel me?
So,
and they're going to have to play the whole thing in court. We might not get to see the whole thing, but they're going to have to play the whole thing in court.
You think so? You think they can't come with that 30 seconds and be like, this is all we got?
I don't know.
Yeah, because that's like, that'd be crazy right there. If you ain't got it in your possession, it can be done up any way. I think he definitely went in way too deep with this woman. That's Shannon's not so sharp in this situation. I would 100% agree. Do I think he raped her? Absolutely not. I'm just gonna keep that real. I don't think he raped her. Or did it get a little maybe mentally abusing? I don't know. That's what we gotta see. That little snippet of her saying, "You're trying to manipulate me. I'm gonna choke you." That does sound terrible. It's not a good thing to say to a 20-year-old lady and you 50 years old. Hell nah. But that hasn't sold me on the fact that I think he just went on this however long relationship beating her and raping her. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I don't think he raped her.
Yeah.
I just think, he got played. You feel me? And I think his nasty, freaky country side came out. You feel me? You know how Shannon get when he get full of that brown. You feel me? And he probably did a little too much. And the shit that's on camera is not gonna look nice to a juror in a room full of DAs that are Caucasian. You feel me? You still gotta remember, you get money in this world and you a black man. Don't forget where we was 70 years ago.
Right.
Don't forget where we was 80 years ago, 100 years ago. You feel me? The reason I said 70 years, because after slavery ended, people still were slaves. Everybody, it didn't just put no broadcast that went around all the plantations. Oh, we free, thank God. Oh, geez, amen. Yeah, so people were still slaves. Yeah, so you still gotta understand that you are a big black man, which I have to, in certain situations, I do this probably 3 times a week. Maybe somebody pissed me off, I want to react. Maybe I'm in my feelings. Somebody, all that. I still be having to remember that I am who I am. I don't move off of race. Everybody's race is the man. I don't do it like that. But you still have to be aware where you are, who you are.
You can't pretend.
In the situation. Now, just because you got money in America, that makes more of a target for you. Because that means you're fucking any race that you want to. And in this situation, a Caucasian, right?
Correct.
It's a infatuated. It's a infatuation that go back and forth. That started way back in the slavery days. Yeah, you feel me? Them sneaking out when John would go play gambling and drink hooch with the other
pass out drunk,
and she'd go home to the barn and go to Chicken George and watch him play the fiddler, right? So it go back and forth. Who always ends up mad in those situations? It's the man, the white man in that. So you just gotta, you gotta be careful, man. Shannon not so sharp. You gotta be careful. Yeah. I don't think he held anybody down, raped him or beat him. No. I think he paid. I think he got what he paid for. But just her recording that and all like that. Now she get to flip that and turn it against you in court, damage you, kill any deals. And also, I want to say, I was under the impression that, because I just saw last week, Shannon due for $100 million contract after blah, blah, blah ends. And then boom, here comes this lawsuit. I thought that was I thought it for surely was a money grab. But what I just heard from one of my sources was, this has been going on since January, behind the scenes. Her filing lawsuits and talking to lawyers and all that, it's been going on behind the scenes. Now, another thing that makes this kind of iffy is the lawyer. What's his name again?
Tony Danza, right? Wait, no. Tony, I forget the last name.
Tony Bunzy or
something like that. Yeah, Danza. My bad, Tony Danza. Different dude. But yeah.
So with his name attached to this, it do sound iffy. Yeah. Does it seem like Tony has something against the black man? Maybe, maybe not, maybe so. Even though his last 3 cases have been against prominent African American males with money. He got his ass handed to him in the Jay-Z case. That was supposed to be a case, but then he got his ass chewed up. No Diddy, and now he's back on to the other thing. Only thing I say, he's a lawyer. This is what he does. He's trying to get that money, just like anybody else in their profession would be. Is he going about it in a righteous way? Who am I to say? It don't seem too righteous, but if it comes out that Shannon Sharpe is guilty, then Tony will be a hero that's paid. Help this girl get some money for her damages and her suffering, wherever that may be. But yeah, bro, it's a dirty game. Let me just put that out there. It's a dirty game overall, and you got to know how to play that game or stay the fuck out the way.
Yeah, I just want to touch on the point you said.
Yeah.
About this being a money grab. Just because it hit the headline that he's due for $100 million and it's starting January, contract talks don't start once it hit the headline. Them contracts talks could have been in the works for the last 6 months. If she was around him, he could have been. You know how niggas get when they tell him I'm not signing for nothing under 75. So you know all that flamboasting that niggas like to do. Just because we just found out about it, don't mean that ain't been in the works. So
we don't know if it's been in the works for that long.
We don't know.
I just know that
she's been trying to.
It's not just because she heard. Just like everybody else heard last week, $100 million.
Yeah, but if you close to somebody, I'm just saying that's a possibility that that whisper can have been brought up.
Do we know that they're close?
I mean,
or was he just boinging her?
If they close enough to be recording phone calls and getting into these, that was still an emotional spill.
I can be halfway across the world and record a phone call. Don't mean we close.
I mean, that was having relations. They was recording it. For that emotional spill. One thing I can pick up. There was like a little bit of an emotional spill in there. And that sounded like frustration of somebody who's been talking. So I would say there was a relationship. My guess from that is like there was some type of relationship there. Of course, it's probably mostly based around sex. But it definitely seemed like, and then she claimed they was dealing with each other for a while. And he became more and more aggressive and more manipulated. So there's definitely a relationship there.
I don't think we ever seen these people out in public together.
I mean, have you been seen in public with every girl you ever dealt with?
If I'm in a relationship with her.
You could have a relation. When I say relationship, I'm not saying you're buddy cuddled up. I'm saying you could have a relationship with somebody behind closed doors.
I don't think it's a relationship if he's paying her.
Okay, what do you call that? It's
business.
There's a trick in a genre relationship too. It's all relationships.
But it's business. I call you when I want to get one off. Yeah. You call me when you need some cash.
Whether that be the relationship, that's still a form of relationship. So
all right.
Still something.
So, but you're saying relationships like they're close or something?
Like they deal with each other in some type of way. Yes, they deal with each other in some type of way. Have probably conversations more, they had conversations, a multitude of conversations, whether it be frequently or not frequently. They know each other. They've been around each other. Now, if he just come in and banging her and leaving her, why are we even talking about manipulation and all that shit? You invited me up here, but you just come, and they sitting there texting, having role play, sex and shit. Yeah, they talking to each other. Yeah, there's a relationship there. From what I gather, it seemed like there's a relationship there. To the extent, I don't know. But that was just about the contract thing. It does seem like I said, it seemed like Shannon got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. So he definitely, he gonna have to answer to it. Turning down $10 million is concerning, but that's also, like when I talk to people who get these settlements and go to these lawyers, like, no, that's not enough. No, we're going for higher than that. That's the quick, easy out. No, fuck that. We're gonna take them to the house. You know what I'm saying? Because you shoot for 50, the court, you still might land on 25, 30, which is still more than a 10 if you win. And the lawyer, yeah, like you said, it's shady business. He playing off what's been going on since the beginning of the time, bro. The Emmett Tills, the young brothers across the nation that, the white woman whistled and the black man got slayed. You know what I'm saying? This shit been going on since the beginning of time. So this is just what it looks like in 2025. Not saying, but I don't want to say that fully because if he did something wrong, he did something wrong. But this is kind of what it feels like to me. Seems like a slaying to me. And Shannon Sharpe, for somebody who come off as this big, not big, but this country brother that stands up for what's right, and you got that kind of persona, like Uncle Shay Shay. You should have been more hip than that. That's the only thing that's throwing me off. You should have been more sharp than that. Like, we all do what we all do in the bedroom. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you can't. Don't let that money make you forget you still a nigga. That's what it seemed like went on here. Even what Kanye say? Even if you in the coupe, you still a nigga in the Benz. You know what I'm saying? And you seem like you forgot that, Uncle Shay Shay. And I think that's what we got going on here.
Yeah, she going for more because like once you offer to pay, it's like you guilty. Mm-hmm. It's like you guilty, man. I don't know how you put it any other way. Mm-hmm. If you're not guilty, you ain't getting a dime of my hard-earned money at all. You feel me? Sweep nothing on the rug. I'm on Jay-Z type of time. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I'm gonna come at you with everything, and I'm gonna come at you like this because I know for a fact that I'm not guilty.
That was just pissing me off out of Jay-Z. Like, what the fuck are you? I mean, it's just some shit like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, I don't even know you. So that was the Jay-Z, but you're right.
He could have swept that under the rug though. That still was damaging.
I'm not doing that though. If I ain't never.
If you and that's what I'm saying. If you are not guilty, you're not giving nobody no money.
I feel like we in agreement.
You're not giving nobody no money, bro.
I feel like that's what I'm saying. Shannon Sharpe knows there's something there. Now, if I know there's something there, you know what I'm saying, then it's a different. But if I know it's not nothing fucking there, you got me fucked up. And I think that's the difference between this and that. You still got relations with this one.
So it's some type of guilt there.
There's some type of, like I said, you were in the car when they shot somebody. You was in the club when they whooped somebody's ass. It don't matter what you did, whether you pulled the trigger, whether you socked this nigga, whether you robbed the store, you were there. And I think that's what the $10 million is. It's like, hey, I might not really be guilty, but I was there. I think that's what that was. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. You know, that's a criminal case you talking about. It's a lawsuit,
but you get what I'm saying. To that nature, I'm being metaphorical. That's what I'm getting at. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see how this play out, man. You got any more thoughts on that?
I think there's gonna be some more stuff that come out.
It definitely is. I'm not disagreeing with that. I think it's definitely
some more stuff that definitely come out.
Definitely gonna be some
it's
more
not
stuff.
Looking too promising from your boy.
I like how he stood tall in the paint though. With that, like, a lot of people let this
damage control.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did he let it get way out of hand before he did damage control? The R. Kelly's of the world, his damage control was terrible. And I don't want to compare Shannon Sharpe to Diddy.
Yeah, but you just did though. Kelly, yeah, but these guys are guilty.
But yeah, those guys are guilty. So maybe that's why his damage control was more believable. He stood in the paint like, I'm not doing what they saying. So maybe. There you go. That's maybe why you're a little bit more believable. But
I don't think he really even denied anything.
Yeah. And that part, you ain't saying like, oh no, what you talking about? I'm a freaky ass nigga, but I ain't doing what she said I did. I can respect that. I can respect the honesty. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Let's go to the bridge, man. Let's drive down the street to Houston. Molo. Booked by Molo. This is this young lady's name. This is spring break in Houston. Let's take a look at this clip.
Get removed. You doing too much.
We don't do that shit out here, okay? The sergeant talks to you, you listen. You're not here to fight, or you get the fuck out. Clear?
Period. It's 12:30, and look at this shit. Like, look at this. This shit is crazy. Tay, come here. Baby, this man got a $10,000 table. I need him in. Alicia, Zaza Smoke. Give them their band so they can band their people up and go in. What table is it? But Maddie, yeah, let's bring in the 5Ks right here. They spending 5K, they need to come through right here. Did you band your people?
Yeah, I banned them.
Oh, come on. Jalen. Come on, Jalen. You gotta move back, baby. All these my girls. After blue, no more. They said that you're not with them, baby. Y'all, I need y'all to back up. Right here. Give me 2 seconds. I got all my tables here at once, y'all. Everybody gonna get in. Hold on. This one has a $5,000 table. I need him in. I need a walker. 23. Follow her. She gonna take you to the table. Yo, I need these 3 girls. So you did all this, and I got all my tables in here for $6,000, $7,000. For real? Baby, come on. I don't got time to stop. Go inside. Go party. No, let them go inside. I got you. Only people with bands and who he say. If they do not have a band on, they cannot enter. Put y'all wristbands on, baby. You can't go through without it. Did y'all? No, Pat, everybody. Pat, go inside. Go inside. Go inside. Go inside. Baby, go inside. That's it. After this guy close it. Yes. Nobody.
Shout out Molo. Molo. Booked by Molo. That's out in Ace Time. You know what I'm saying? That was spring break. They going into the clubs. I guess stunning is a habit for you young brothers and sisters out here. This brings up a lot of questions in my head, man. I seen in the comments to this video, I seen somebody say, is the bottle service culture ruining the club experience? Now, by that, you see all she was so worried about was getting everybody in. Everybody who spent their good and hard-earned money to get them into the table so you can go stunt. Do you think the bottle service culture is ruining the club environment, the club scene, or just taking the fun out of it?
How you feel about it?
How I feel about it? I would have to say yes to a degree. Depending on what club you are, where you at, it kind of take the fun out of it because it's not about mixing and mingling no more. It's basically just about stunning. So if you going to the club to, have a good time, you better be prepared to spend some bread. It kind of got us all to the shifting tide that happened, with the, it ain't tricking if you got, that all that. It's a part of that. When we used to go to the club, when we was in our younger days, which probably their age, those kids right there, 21, 22, 23, we used to go there, we gonna throw our fit on, we gonna get it together, and we gonna have a good time. Bottle service wasn't really a thing like that. It was just, I'm talking about the Impalas, the venues, the Caribbean cities, the just wherever the circulos, it wasn't all about like how much we can blow in this club right now. It was about like, oh, we finna go here, we finna get on something, we finna be fly, we with the guys, they with the girls, we in here, we having a good time. Everybody really just enjoying each other's vibe in there. It wasn't like, let's sit here and have a dick measuring contest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's definitely back in the day. I understand the old, when the dope game was good or whatever it was, the BMFs or whatever. I understand they whole thing was to flaunt and throw all the money, make it seem like this, that, and the third. But a lot of these motherfuckers in 2025, they not doing it. I mean, you got your wham whams and your zuzus and wham whams who doing whatever they doing to get their pay. A lot of people is really breaking their bank to go stunt in the club, and it's like, it's cool if your lifestyle match that, but if you really just y'all trying to get it all together just so y'all can look like the niggas for 3 to 4 hours to meet some girls that you probably not gonna talk to a month from now, it's a waste of resources in my eyes. But I can't even say I don't participate in it sometimes, because I definitely have bought tables at clubs, popped a couple bottles, so I'm not saying it like I'm bigger than or better than, but when you look back at it from like me sitting here on this couch watching, oh, they spent $10,000, they spent $5,000, they spent $7,000, we gotta get them. It's like, what we doing here? We just sitting here. But if you on vacation, you trying to have a good time, cool. But I do feel like it take the fun out the environment, It's like, wait, what we here for? Everybody just want to look at each other being pretty, or we here just to have a good time in the club? It definitely went from back in the day, club interactions. Now we here to look pretty and to see who could blow the most money in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Well, times have changed, man.
Yeah.
When we was coming up, clubs, it was more dancing, it was more interacting.
Yeah.
You feel me, like that. Definitely at a younger age club.
The functions.
The functions, the smops, all that. You feel me? It's gonna be a younger crowd, so people gonna be more active, more engaging and all like that. You feel me? And it's more like you with your guys, but it's like, I know my true fun gonna come down from within. Mm-hmm. What I mean from that is, when I see this girl I like, I'm either gonna dance with her, offer her a drink, or go just pop my game at her. I feel like a lot of this bottle service and and this flexing and all like that we see, it came during the pandemic.
Yeah, for sure did.
The PDD shit.
Yeah, or definitely went to an all-time high during the Ed and Eddie. Sure.
So yeah, after that, everybody had money. So everybody, want to, get a table. Everybody want to be seen. Everybody want to be elevated in the seats, in the VIP or on the stage, behind the stage. Mm-hmm. And everybody want that look. Do I think bottle service is killing the fun out of the club? Me personally, I don't think it's killing that. I think it's a necessary thing to have. One, if you don't want to wait in that line, mm-hmm. if you want to get in the club at a decent time. Mm-hmm. Two, we are older and more seasoned adults. I don't want to stand up for a whole 2 hours in the club, especially after having a drink or after a dance or just, trying to make it from this side of the club to that side of the club. That's a mission that take about 10 minutes. If the club really smacking like that. It's nothing. I think a lot of fun I had, of course, was clubs that was packed and you probably couldn't move. But then a lot of fun that I have nowadays is clubbing. That's my jam right there. Let me go do my little two-step, go holler at baby, and let me go sit my old ass back down and pour a drink. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I'll be on the same type of height. I'm not better than, but when I hear $10,000,
that's crazy.
$7,000, then I think that's what's throwing me right now. Like, I'm not spending. I don't give a fuck if I got $100,000 that I made yesterday in 5 minutes. I'm not gonna go spend $10,000 of that at the club. That's just me as a call me what you want, cheap, call me brokey, I call it frugal, I call it smart, but you know, in 2025, that's like, a lame ass nigga. I'll be a lame ass nigga if you think I'm finna give you my $10,000 that I can go buy me something with to go make some more money, to just go spend it in this club and look at some of these skeezers that I either already got broke down, bust down, or finna bust down and forget. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. And I think that's what's like, we taking away from, like, is this what we gotta do to get these little skeezers? I'm cool.
But you know you don't have to do that to get the little skeezers.
I'm
know
cool.
that. You know you don't have to do that to get the little skeezers.
Maybe not. I'm talking about for everybody. I speak for the, you know, just the average brother that may not already got it all together, trying to come up, trying to do his thing. I don't want him getting lost in the world. Like, oh, I gotta get the table, because that shit lead to, damn, I gotta look like the nigga. What I'm finna go do? All right, we finna go running something. We finna go scambling. We finna do this, because we gotta be the niggas going into the club. Back when we was young coming up, white tee, blue jeans, and Nikes, you still knocking them. That was the younger days. When you got a little bit older, you throwing a little button up, you know what I'm saying? Look, it could be a cool academics, just whatever, you was cool. Now these niggas need Balenciaga. You gotta have the Balenciaga. I'm talking about high school. You need Balenciaga. You need Prada. And nigga, you don't even pay bills yet. You know what I'm saying? And then they take that same mentality to this club. And it's just, you know, when you look at the wider scale of things, we could be doing better shit than spending $10,000 on a fucking table at a fucking club.
It could be a birthday. It could be, you know,
birthday, so,
for promotion or something like that.
Yeah,
you know,
so
up and coming rapper coming out.
It's always,
you know, nowadays you need that scene.
Yeah,
if you don't look like money, people don't want to hear you in this generation.
That's
so
a fact.
you know, it's a lot of stuff that go behind that. You know, a lot of these niggas are sitting on their couch making money nowadays. So
that's true.
Let me go blow that 10. It's gonna add up on this once I post it on Instagram. You know, people think a lot of different ways. You know, and then you know, some people burn out fast. I don't think it take the fun out though.
Yeah,
because I done been to plenty of clubs where, you know, niggas didn't have tables, and we went in and execution was on point. You feel me? I mean, if you gonna have fun in the club, you gonna have fun in the club. You feel what I'm saying? I don't feel like the table is needed. I don't feel like the bottle service is needed. But I feel like all that is a plus though.
I do it just to in a reasonable amount of a reasonable budget. Cause you think about, all right, y'all all out of town and y'all being organized, right? We finna go to Houston for spring break. Bam, this is the most smacking event that's gonna be there, all Houston. We just gonna do daytime shit, but we wanna be the niggas in this one, because it's where everybody gonna be at. It's 10 of us, you know what I'm saying? Table $5,000, 500. If you organized about it and you make it make sense, it actually can be a good time.
It'll be a great time.
Now, if you just walking up and you just wasting $10,000 just on a whim, if you got it like that, power to you. Not to say I ain't never wasted no dumbass money on a whim. Maybe not $10,000, but whether it be $1,000, if it's just like, oh yeah. But to skip the line, for sure, I definitely respect that. I'm definitely not dancing in the club for 3-4 hours. I'm definitely not doing it. You lucky if you get a good 20 minutes out of me nowadays. And that's accumulative through the night. You know what I'm saying? That's the song. You get the one song, you up in there, then you go sit it down. Okay, it's the shit. You gotta buy them. Okay. Oh, this the second song. You got a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So.
And then, you know, then having the table. I mean, it's just another tool for a player if that's in your bag.
Yeah, we know what it is. Yeah. You see me? I'm up here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about now.
Over here.
It's all
over here. You feel what I'm saying? They gonna come.
It's all about that.
You feel me? They gonna come for sure.
It's all about that. You gotta y'all got the table. That's all it's about. But
there's only so many tables that's being sold out.
But what I'm saying, I think more of my point. If you go to Dreas in Vegas, there's no point in going unless you got a table.
Of course.
There's no dance floor. It's only tables. If you don't got a table, don't be there. I went to Dallas. I was in Deep Ellum. My boy Jay took me to like this little, it was a pizza joint, but they turned into some type of nighttime shindig. Nothing but tables in there. The whole thing was to have a table, but there's music playing and everybody just kind of sitting around like looking at each other.
That's not my vibe.
And that's the shit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is this? Did we all get dressed up to come sit in this room and sit at a table looking at it's like a square table like this? So it's a pizza joint. So it's literally like the tables where you eating at. And then we came late. So it's like we couldn't even get, so we just sitting in there and I'm standing up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, if we can't sit down somewhere, I don't want to be. When it's shit like that, it'd be like, okay.
If you would have knew it was a pizza joint, you wouldn't have went in there.
It looked like a club though, cause
Yeah.
it was a club next door, and then the pizza joint was right there, but they had it dressed up like it was a club. They put the little drapes up. So I'm like, it was a cool. I mean, it was some shit in there, but it was just like this. What is this? You know what I'm saying? And maybe if I would have knew ahead of time, and I could have, yeah, bro, we finna go there, and this is the event, but. It get kind of weird sometimes when we just be trying to be too bougie sometimes, you know what I'm saying? As a people, you know, it's others too, but if black people is like, yeah, come on, baby, we all come from it, man. We ain't gotta sit here and just be just too pissy. I don't know. I ain't from Beverly Hills or Baldwin Hills for that fact. You know what I'm saying? But
I think those that can do the table, they gonna do the table.
yeah,
Especially if it's a eventful night, it's a certain type of day
eventful night
or something like that. You feel me?
Sure.
Me personally, I'm not buying no $10,000, $5,000.
I'm not doing that ever.
You feel me? Especially when you ain't sitting on no ostrich or some gator or some shit like that.
It gotta be rapper shit. Yeah.
It gotta be rapper
Like
shit.
we
It
on,
gotta be emotional shit.
Yeah.
You know, excuse me. Most of our favorite rappers were nobodies until they grinded and got a couple dollars.
Yeah.
With nobody checking on their music until it was like, who was that nigga up in the club last night? You know, infinite bottle service, chain on, elevated. It's it's crazy what, you know, about a foot of space off the ground from the club will do for you in that scene. Everybody else on the regular floor and your table just elevated a foot above ground. You feel me? So now when you looking down, people gotta talk to you. You know, we were just at
Vanity?
yeah, you know, you didn't want to come out, you know, you're a little mama.
Nah,
yeah,
I'm a big dog. I don't go out to the little petty shit. But go ahead.
how was that?
Because you trying to throw the little mom in there. I understand. Don't throw the little shit. Don't throw the shot. Throw the shot back.
I didn't even peek.
Yeah.
I didn't even peek.
Okay.
You know, we was backstage with it at the Vanity.
Okay.
Like, why? I'm my mama. But yeah, man, you feel me? That little shit, it's cool, but niggas like me personally, most of my guys, it'll be done. Other than that, I'm still go up in there, I'm gonna knock something, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's fun to me. I go in there, I knock something, and it's fucking with it. That's a good night to me, you feel me? I'm kind of glad shit ain't how it used to be. Go buy expensive shoes and then go in the club and dance and come out all beat down.
Well, that's a good fact right there. Now you can actually have your fit on all night and come out looking clean like you went in.
You ain't got to worry about getting your phone.
Not this big ass white shoe with the big ass black mark across and like it, and them the club scuffs was crazy.
Oh God, it get crazy. It's worse than basketball.
It's like a nigga just took a knife while you walk by and just cut your shit with a razor. I don't know what, but them stains don't come out from the club.
They don't.
They don't come out.
And that's just if another player accidentally step on your foot.
It's always cold.
Don't let baby step on your shit with them heels on.
Heels on.
That's
where that cut come from.
That's a cut.
That's where the cut comes from.
That's a cut.
I'm sorry.
And it's like, you feel me? Like, you feel me? What you gonna do though? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You feel me? But no, but I definitely feel you. The club it depends on where you go, man. It's scenic, man.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's a ooh ah. You feel me? Now, you know, everybody. It's definitely a scene, bro.
Yeah.
And it feel good being seen, you know.
Yeah. But I think it's the facade part. Like, you don't go do that if you're gonna go home and.
But you don't know facade.
Yeah, you don't.
We know.
That's what I said. If you can do it and you doing it in a real way, for sure. But if you going up in there, and you know what I'm saying, after you was all up in there, and then we going back, and we going back to some little dark project in the middle of the Upalaka projects, and I'm like, damn bitch, what the fuck was this? It's like, you know what I'm saying? But that's usually who come inside of the motherfucking table, so you can't control that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I've been through the depths of the dirty, man.
It's so crazy. You can't tell who facade, but you know it's mostly facades going in that motherfucker.
But let's keep it real. The club is mostly facades, man. You got a couple niggas that's really doing it. You know, a couple niggas that's really doing it because they really do it. A lot of that shit just be faking and facades.
You know, so cold. A couple niggas that's really doing it don't look like they doing it at all.
Because the niggas that's probably really doing it, they ain't gonna be blowing their money at the fucking club.
They ain't gonna look like they doing it.
Yeah.
You gonna see that nigga walking around behind the bar, probably working. You feel me? Probably working or, you know, moving equipment, you know, some shit like that.
I think that's what just like the OG in my head started kicking in, like, what we doing? I mean, if you making your money off it, if you doing it for a purpose, like you said, by all means, do your thing, because that's just what the game is nowadays. It ain't about, like, it's about being better than. That's what the whole rap game is about. The whole, like, you know what I'm saying? Before, it used to be kind of like, you know, I'm the man of the people. Like, I like mixing and mingle. People touch me. Now it's about, you can't touch me. That's what makes me, that's just kind of what the culture shifted to. Like, it's more like, nigga, I'm stunning on. It's always been like that in a way, degree. Like, when you go back to the historical, you know, the niggas that was in the game that really got the dough, the athletes, the rappers, the D-boys, the pimps, the players, the hustlers. It's always been like whatever, but you know, the real ones always, like you said, keep a low key. Like, you might not even know this nigga probably own the club. He walking around this bitch with a hoodie on and some little regular whatever the fuck's on, you know what I'm saying? And that's the nigga really getting money, while everybody who just hit their first lick and just, you know, just touch their little couple dollars up in here blowing it. But I think it's just my mentality started switching towards that.
Of course, because you're older now,
yeah,
bro.
More than like, okay, what y'all doing? You know, but I did have my fun though. So
that's what I'm saying. And these YNs gonna have their fun, and these young ladies gonna have their fun too. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with them going to the club with they Alexander McQueen's on, and then go back to the house to you know, to the sheets, curtains, the cardboard box dinner tables, you know. And
then they gonna call a nigga like, I'm a bad bitch. You gotta pay to pack with me. That's what killed me.
Yeah, I mean, you should. I mean, if
you gotta get how you live.
Hey man, all that shit to me is fishing. If she say that shit and you bite on it, you hooked. Always fishing. The bitch, she know who to say that to, and she know who not to say that shit to.
That part.
If a nigga like he got some money with no game, she's gonna say that to him. If a nigga like he got both, she know better. She just gonna just have a good time and be grateful that she got a big fish in her fucking cardboard table dinner, sheets, curtains, and you know, and TV on the floor. You know, so shit, you know, it is what it is, man. All that shit come and go. You know, just don't, you know, don't sell your soul for that shit, man.
Yeah, don't sell your soul.
Don't sell your soul to go buy one table and then do 100 years.
I think that ticket is just like whatever. It's like, oh, but it is a lot. We is stepping up as a culture, as people. It is a lot of black people getting money that don't got nothing to do with something illegal. Some of these people really just got good jobs, good little business they started up.
And they want to go shake their ass.
Especially down there in Texas, I've noticed that, like, nigga, you go down the street, you seeing these black businesses, you seeing these people coming back investing in the community. So if that's the case, get it how you live. Go shake your ass, go have a good time. I just be thinking about for the people that, you know, getting it how they gotta get it. Don't go up in there and you just risk your life for this $10, $20, $30, $40,000. You're gonna go give half of it or most of it to a club. I just, you know, that's it. That's love.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna continue to happen.
It's always gonna happen.
So if you had a club, would you have bottle service or not?
Yes, absolutely.
But I thought it was killing the fun.
I'm here to make money, baby.
All right then.
That's why I said shout out to Molo. Get her bag. That's the first thing I said once we came out of this segment. Would you knock Molo down?
I ain't finna disrespect that woman like that. That's a black queen, man.
She a black queen. A beautiful black queen. I love her. I don't know, man. Shout out to Houston. Yeah, Ace Time. All right, man. We got a bridge, man. We're gonna get a little more serious on this note. It's definitely making headlines all across the nation. It's definitely one of them ones, man. But I'm gonna take you to the bridge and we're gonna get into it.
Just keep on moving. All right. Come on, man. Just follow back behind us. Just stay close, okay?
Karmelo, do you have anything that you'd like to say, Karmelo? Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the victim, to the family of the victim? Why were you armed, sweetheart? Karmelo, why were you armed at school? Explain your self-defense. How is this self-defense?
Excuse me.
Karmelo, do you like to say?
You want to say to the community that's donated?
Did that lady just say, did you donate some of that money to the community?
No. Do you have anything to say to the community that donated the money? Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait. I was like,
it
hey.
sounds just like that, though.
I was like, okay, you like, I'm fighting for my fucking life. You talking about donating to the community? Did Zimmerman donate some money? But hey, man, that's just the young man, Karmelo Anthony. currently fighting a murder case for.
Yeah, but you know that in Texas they gotta go in front of a grand jury before they even, say it's gonna be a trial or anything. But you're right, yeah.
Yeah. Not too fluent on the details of this case. I know there was two. They were at a track meet or a football game. Karmelo was in the stands. Two men approached him. Am I correct about that?
All right, so this is what happened. You feel me? School, track meet, tents out. And this is the part of the story that I just caught on to. A lot of people try to make it sound like Karmelo was just, just wanted to be that black sheep and go stand in the opposing team's tent. No, when he did that, it was pouring down raining. And he just so happened to be by their tent when he chose to go stand under a tent so he wouldn't get wet. And as he was standing in that tent, yes, then he was approached by Austin, one of the twins, some words were exchanged. Hey, you need to leave. This is not your team's tent. This is our tent. Blah, blah, blah. Touch me, see what happens. Message. Remember that. Touch me, see what happens. He invited Brett to a good time, or I guess that's what Austin thought. And a scuffle broke out, and then Austin ended up getting stabbed in the chest by Karmelo. Now, I've heard different little things. It was a knife. It was like a type of part of a cleat or some shit like that. I don't know what it was, but unfortunately, the young man, Austin, lost his life, and his twin was there and held his brother in his arms as he was bleeding all over the place. And he said he watched his soul leave his body, and he said when he saw that, his soul left his body. Mm-hmm. It's a very traumatic experience. It's a very sad thing that happened. But and now it's created this civil divide that a lot of people that are ignorant and like to push this racist, this culture of racism and all this going on and all like that, when our problem, that's a small problem, but it's bigger than black or white. But a lot of people couldn't wait to get behind this and push this narrative that it's he's black, this is why this is happening. Oh, if he was, and this is that, and it's getting very out of hand, very, very out of hand, and it's getting real messy. Now, one of the, and it's also a lot of misleading information that's getting put out.
Yeah.
One thing is, Karmelo, when he got out of jail, with that GoFundMe money that his family set up for him, so he can, pay for his legal fees and attorneys and all like that. And I think they had a quota of $100,000. Unfortunately, how a lot of people feel, they raised $500,000. Now you have a lot of people online saying, well, why didn't it stop at $100,000? Attorney fees don't have no type of limits on them. If you fighting for your life, you need all the money you can get. After he got out of jail, though, there were these rumors that he's renting a $900,000 house for his family. He bought a Cadillac Escalade, which is hella funny. But I know I just caught on to that too. You feel me? He bought an Escalade and all other type of fancy gifts. Truth is, the family hasn't touched none of that money yet. Mm-hmm. And that's just rumors to throw you off.
They were affluent already, right?
Huh?
They had a decent amount of money already, right?
Oh yeah. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. So were other kids. Apparently, more stuff is coming out. And but now with the extra money that they have raised and all the death threats that Karmelo is getting, they're definitely going to spend some of that money that they've raised through nice, generous people out there to relocate them and their family, because there's a lot of death threats coming and going. Mm-hmm. I even heard that after the what was that? Is it Austin? I don't know the last dude's. Well, I know one of the twins. I know their family. Mm-hmm. After the twin lost his brother, somebody called and swatted their house. Mm. So not only did he lose his brother, they had SWAT come in kicking their fucking door.
That's a federal offense, by the way.
Yeah, and it's so hard to track those and see who did it.
Yeah.
So it's just been a lot of bullshit going on with this case. I think a couple more details were blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, so it also in this case, like I said, there's been a lot of chaos going on. The judge is now receiving death threats. Some black lady, I don't know her name. I should have got her name. Because when Karmelo first went to jail, his bill was $2 million. She dropped it down to like $250,000, something like that. And a lot of people are like, hey, anytime there's a murder, your bill is no less than $1 million. Why she drop it down so much? He's a black suspect. She's a black judge. People feel like it's some type of relation up in there. When every day I see black judges send people that look just like them up the river for whatever crime, offense they have, committed against society. But she dropped it down, and her reasoning was, he's young, he's a addition and an asset to the community, and he doesn't have any type of legal trouble background. And I know a lot of people out there hate that this young black man who apparently had a knife and used it in self-defense doesn't have any type of shortcomings, doesn't have any type of arrest record, no long extensive being a troublemaker at school, no suspensions or anything like that. I'm just throwing shit out there. I'm not 100% sure on the suspensions at school, but he seemed like a nice young man. It seemed like a nice young man that comes from a 2-parent household, and his parents are, did what they were supposed to do as parents, and he's well off. Now, I will say this. I've never been to a private school, but I've had thousands and thousands of friends, and it's definitely a difference. And the stereotypes are kind of they're very vague when you go to inner city school and you go to a private school, when you have a little cash, or are you just getting by, or when your parents did what they're supposed to do and they took care of you and their households are stable and they're being parents. It's black and white damn near. Yes, we're both African American, but it's black and white. Inner city. Yeah, I don't really want to mess with that guy. He's probably tough, hard, and more than likely he's been in jail before. Before you hit the age of 21, you probably been in jail before, being an inner city young African American male. African American male, private school. You probably never had to experience the lights off. You probably don't have to catch the bus after school home. You probably think before you act. And there's probably not a lot of hate inside you, and you're probably not going too long without missing meals or just this or that. So I can see how he could be looked at as a target. I'm pretty sure if he was probably bigger or black, or if they were at like a different type of part of the neighborhood, he probably wouldn't have been approached. Now is Austin wrong for approaching him? I don't know. How do you feel about the situation? Do you feel like it's a civil divide? Do you feel like Karmelo is wrong for stabbing him, or just give me your spill on it.
Were you saying that last part? Oh, since he grew up he was a private school kid, basically. You can kind of guess that.
I'm just kind of going like I know he's not a troublemaker.
Yeah.
And I know that, and people won't, but they want to real bad. But there's nothing on this man's record, record, whatever.
The first
that says he was a troubled young teen.
The first shit I seen about him, they made him look crazy. Before I really dove into the case, they made him look crazy, like he was some type of killer man coming from the inner city up to attract me at a private school and stabbed him. Yeah. But they did say that they approached him first. Now there is team pride thing. Now the raining thing makes it more interesting.
I just heard that.
The raining thing makes it, if that is true, he's kind of standing in your tent and making more proud,
You know how long them track meets is.
Them track meets
and how far it is. I'm not walking across no soggy ass turf to get to my tent and it's pouring down raining.
Yeah, and especially if it's one of them flash rains, it's like, man, I'm
how it be in Texas, quick.
And you can't be here. Oh, I keep forgetting that.
Frisco, Texas.
Oh, Frisco, hella nice. That's like being in the peninsula. Okay, so that adding to it. So they approached him. I mean, racism. I don't even want to make this about racism.
I don't, but that's where everybody,
Yeah, I'm saying
so far is making
it turns to black and white, and we've seen what happens when it goes the other way. So, Like, come on now. It went in a black person's favor instead of a white person's favor. It's not all the way in his favor because he's not released yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's still he's free, but he's not fucking free.
Yeah, and you know sometimes there's big Caucasian males, there's smaller black males, there's big black males, and there's smaller Caucasian males. Sometimes people carry weapons because they don't want their ass whooped and they want to make it home safer. You know what I'm saying? Going to schools in the inner cities, you getting shit. You know what I'm saying? You might gotta bring a gun to school. You might gotta bring a knife to school. You might gotta do, you know what I'm saying? I done been in situations where it's 50, 11 niggas waiting outside these gates for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know how he came up in the private school. He might get bullied for being black in these private schools. You know what I'm saying? The tables turn. Of course, in the inner city, you're gonna be more, you gotta worry about kind of your own kind of inner city. But you're more like, left alone, you know what I'm saying? When I don't know what happens in private schools when you're the minority in this school, right? So it's you may be getting bullied because of your race, or hey, we don't really like your kind around here. It may not be said to that degree, but it may come out in other ways, like, why are you standing on our tent? I'll beat your ass. And who knows if a racial slur? I don't know that for a fact, so I don't want to be saying out. Bottom line is, he said, do it, you did it, and you got the consequence of doing it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't approach you and say, hey, get out of my tent. You approached him and you it sounded like you came on some bully shit. It was two of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Probably two healthy kids. He's probably a healthy kid himself, but 2 versus 1 is 2 versus 1. You pressing up on me. I'm telling you, you see it's raining, or even if it ain't raining, I'm just standing here, I'm not bothering nobody, but you pressing up on me. And I told you, if you do this, hey, you don't know what I got going on. Mm-hmm. That's something that we had to deal with in the inner city. I don't watch niggas get stabbed, shot, beat to death because because you playing with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can't play with people. And sometimes you might feel like you in the right, you in the wrong, but he's not hurting anybody by standing under the tent at a track meet. At the end of the day, he's not hurting anybody. Period, point blank. So for you to try to inflict physical, whether it be harm, whether it be you trying to punk him, physical threats, it was just uncalled for in that situation. And unfortunately, the young man lost his life in that situation. I've seen this happen in real life thousands of times. It wasn't black versus white. A lot of times it'll be black on black or white on white, Mexican on Mexican, anything. It's just not a national attention gather. That's when it's not two separate races, people can focus more on the facts. Mm-hmm. But since there's two separate races, that's the only thing people are going to focus on. Just like Zimmerman, just like Shartavian. With Shartavian, we actually watched that man kill George Floyd on camera. They're still going to be like, well, he was doing this.
Martin? Martin?
George Shartavian killed George Floyd.
Well, that's his name, Shartavian?
Shartavian, I think that's his last name. Zimmerman. We don't know the skittle or whatever. We don't know what transpired. But what if that was an older black man and a young? And I'm play devil advocate. If that was an older black man and a young black kid, and the young black kid ended up getting killed, it probably wouldn't be so much of a charge. But we understand race plays a part in situations in real life, and it plays a part in the narrative. So that's just what it is. If you look at all the facts, I'm one of the people. It goes everything. I want to see all the facts first. It sounds like they tried to jump him and he stabbed him. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what the witnesses say, if there's cameras, and we're going to see how it transpires. So, I believe the young brother is innocent because they let him out of jail. I'm going to say that because if they wanted to keep your ass in jail and you killed, race does play a factor, and you killed a Caucasian male as a young African-American male, if they wanted to keep you in jail, they can keep you in jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there would be any ifs, ands, or buts about it unless you were under the right jurisdiction of the law. You still got to go through due process because if this was somewhere else, let's say it was a black kid two black kids that approached him and he defended himself, and these were the two black inner city kids and he was the black private school kid, and they approached him, tried to jump him, and he stabbed one of them and killed him. Would he even have to go through this due process of
this just facts?
It would proven self-defense. You know what I'm saying?
Just facts.
Would he even have to go through that process? Or would he be like, oh, them two niggas from the hood try to jump our good, you know what I'm saying, our good Kensington young man? No. Yay, they shouldn't have been over here. He comes from a great family, you know what I'm saying? But since it's two I don't know, I guess in status wise, equally yoked, even though they're not necessarily equally woke. He still got to go through all this to even prove his innocence, when if it was just a black on black crime, it probably wouldn't have been nothing in all actuality. So I don't know. I don't want to keep putting race into it, but it definitely plays a part in it. We're going to see how it turns out. All the lies and even on both sides, it's getting real petty on both sides, because that's not either one of their families doing that to each other. That's everybody out there making these lies up about them, sending death threats to them and the judge, swatting the young white man's house. Everybody needs to stop that on both sides, because these two families are going through what they're going through, and they're going to have to live with those consequences for the rest of their life. Let them go through that. Everybody else don't need to put their 10 cents. I mean, you can put your 2 cents in it, but you don't need to be fucking with people's family when they already going through something. And that goes for both sides. I didn't know that the young men that lost his life, I didn't know their house got swatted. That's still out of pocket. You just lost your brother, and now y'all running in my house and laying me down. That's fucked up. And I'm gonna be real about that. Y'all threatening my family because I defended myself, and you know they don't like. The mom came out crying. His sister, them, all that, they don't got nothing to do. They've been well off, and the Escalade shit is out of pocket. Why all black people got to buy Escalade? The new Escalade hella nice stuff. You check out 2024 Escalade. That motherfucker nice as fuck. But I doubt that's what they thinking about when they fighting this murder.
I didn't catch it when they first did. It just hit me. Like, I saw that shit 2 weeks ago, right? It just hit me when I just said it just now during the podcast. I'm like, damn, the Escalade is crazy.
Escalades ain't even what's hidden in the black community no more. Just to put it out there, they can say a Maybach or Bentley is the Escalade. Like we still 2022 with the spinners, with the do rag, and like get the fuck out of my face. But unfortunate situation, man. I hope justice prevails. That's all I got. That's what I can sum it up. I hope justice prevails. I hope what's right is right and what's wrong was wrong, and I hope that prevails. Period. Point blank. Take the race out of it. Whatever really happened and whatever the consequences are from what really happened, I hope that's what it ends with. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I gotta say about that.
Now I will say this. Most of the times, you know, just going to inner city schools and shit like that, you know, public schools and all like that, from Oakland to Vallejo to Richmond to Berkeley, all like that. If I did have to bring a weapon to school, probably 7 times out of 10, it wasn't even for during school. It was probably after school. Me trying to make my way back home, because I know a lot of people are questioning, well, why did he have a knife? Well, who did this? And isn't that illegal? And all like that and blah, blah, blah.
Knives ain't illegal too.
I know out here, if your knife is bigger than your palm, then it's legal, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're in Texas, so I'm pretty sure if they have stand your ground with a gun, then I'm pretty sure
you have a knife the size of your fucking forearm. I'm guessing.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it should be stand your ground. Stand your ground out there, and you know, when the knife is involved. Just when, you know, it should stand your ground. Don't touch me. I hate somebody had to lose their life. Everybody's not a fighter. Just goes back to what I'm saying. You know, inner city thug and good excelling athlete, track and field, football. All 3 of those guys were football players. You know, Karmelo's a football star, and the young man that lost his life was a football star. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, you never know if this dude was getting bullied. You don't know if people made threats to him earlier. You never know. Or just for an occasion like that, 2 against 1. You know. Now, it's a lot of different things. Like I said, it's just getting real messy. A lot of, you know, I guess they're interviewing students and all like that. Now, I know one thing, bro. If we on a football team and somebody come and they in our mix and all like that,
yeah,
and they not cool,
yeah, I
know it's just not gonna be me if I'm on the opposing team that's gonna say something to them. You feel me? I know if I'm rocking, then my team ain't rocking. Now let's talk about twins. I'm talking about twins now. I know whatever I'm on, my twin gonna be on. For sure. For sure. Now I'm not saying that, hey, they both rocked up over there, they both was on some shit, but I know his twin went too far behind.
Most definitely. I mean, I thought that was a fact at this point.
I don't know. I don't want to put my stamp on it. Like I said, it's a lot of different things coming out. I also want to say this. I want to give the victim's dad props for what he came out and said on the news. How this is not about race. He doesn't want to be about race. He doesn't want the civil divide going on. It's, like you said, it's very unfortunate that this took place and then his son had to lose his life. And I respect that coming from that man because he has all right to feel how he wants to feel, if it's that, if it's this, and who's to tell him that he's wrong for feeling how he want to feel. Mm-hmm. So it seems like he has some type of moral values about himself, and he's also grieving at the same time. And having values when you're grieving is like, whoa, it's crazy. You feel me? That you can be that still composed like that. And I want to ask you about this. Apparently the victim's dad is an attorney. Karmelo Anthony and his
parents?
Not parents. I guess his parents was there, but they had a press conference. Yeah. And what's that? Oh, community or civil activists?
Activists, yeah.
They were at a press conference. The victim's father showed up. The civil activist, is that right word?
Yeah, activist, yeah.
The activist
said community activist.
Community activist said he did not want to speak until that man was removed. Police came and they removed that man. Now, why do you think that was? Do you think that was disrespectful for the father to show up there to the press conference, even though he lost a son? He wasn't disruptive. He wasn't yelling out racial slurs or anything like that. He was just there in attendance by himself. How do you feel about that?
It's a tense situation. Man, it's basically like we still got this lawsuit. We still got this court case that we're gonna have to go through. You're on that side. I'm on this side. I don't think we should be in the same room right now. I don't know.
Like on some I had to kill your son shit. You could be a father with a pistol in your pocket.
Anything can transpire. Okay. We just don't need to be together right now. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be in the same room right now because we wouldn't be in the same room right now if this wasn't taking place. I don't know in the manner in which he was removed. I don't know if he came in peace. But you know how it goes. People shouldn't be in the same. It's very tense. It's very fragile. Anything said or done, he could have a gun in his back pocket. I don't know. It's just a tense situation, bro. If it was all right, let me think about it. The shoe was on the other foot. It was a young male. Karmelo.
Let's stop doing that because we're making it about race.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to do that, you can do that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You feel me? I just want to go boom with the facts that we have right now. And how do you feel, or how could that be portrayed?
Either way, yeah. I was like, why? What's going on? We basically up against y'all right now. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Well, are you taking information down? Or are you gonna take that back to the council and be like, look at this, that, and the third?
He is an attorney.
And he's an attorney. Oh, he's an attorney. So why are you here? I'm sorry. That makes a whole thing. Like, you're an attorney, so you think in a strategic manner.
Mm-hmm.
You think about everything in the court of law.
Yeah.
So anything that they saying in there, whether it's not the public statement or it's not being released to the press, that's information that you're gathering that you can take back to your to the DA and be like, look at this, and it can be damning for Karmelo. Period, point blank. So yeah, I think that was a smart move.
No, I feel you, but I think he can still do that anyway because the conference was definitely recorded.
Okay. So.
I just don't know. I don't know. I know when you lose somebody, you might do some weird shit like that.
Yeah, you gonna do some weird shit like
me? And it's like, damn, y'all don't want me here, but it's my son that's gone.
Yeah, but then no telling what you finna do. Like that weird, like, I just want to see can turn into an extreme moment of anger because you just killed my son. You know what I'm saying?
Now it could, but that's why I kind of did the build up to him coming out saying I don't want this to be about race. I don't want a civil divide, and all like that. And he was there for a minute. So if he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it.
You ain't never heard rocking the baby to sleep?
I heard rocking the baby to sleep.
Not saying that's what he was doing, but you could rock that baby to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
He could do that any time of day he want to.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be on our watch. Why you sitting up in?
He could have did that. What are you talking about, harming Karmelo?
Who knows?
He could have harmed him on his way out of court. We just saw him. You feel me? I don't think the father is on that. I think he's in this space right now where a lot of people that he grew up with, a lot of people that have certain type of backgrounds are telling him hate. And I think that man, if he ever has some hate in his heart or he doesn't, he either grew out of that or he's just not like that. And he's in this space right now where it's fucked up because one of his twin sons is gone and never coming back. But he still hasn't got online and slandered that other family. He still hasn't said this thug, how they normally do us, or you feel me? Or why is this, you feel me? He said he wants peace. He doesn't want race to be a part of it, Seems like a very educated man to me. It seems like, you know, even in his moment of grieving, that he still can, you know, be sane. And you know, unfortunately, sometimes you have to trust the justice system. And
I think that has to happen after the court case is over.
What?
I think if they're gonna come together, I think it just gotta happen after.
I don't know if it was coming together. I don't know if he said anything to him. I think he was just standing in the back.
Yeah, I think all that needs to happen after the court case is over, just because he's still fighting for his life at the end of the day. Unfortunately, his son lost his life, but I don't think we need to be interacting until this whole legal proceedings is over with. Just
or until they start.
Until they're over with. You know what I'm saying? Until
they're going to interact in court. They're going to see each other every day in court.
Court is cool.
Yeah.
That's the way you're supposed to interact.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But outside of court, I don't think we need to be interacting until that's over, because anything can just be taken any type of way. That's just safety precautions, I think.
You know, it's definitely weird. I've never heard anything about a family member of the victim coming to a press conference for the suspect. Mm-hmm. And then one more thing I wanted to say. I know we run out of time. And you know, in the case of the Anthony family, when you guys pick somebody to speak for you at one of these press conferences, don't get the activists with the long, extensive, troubled criminal background. This man's been convicted of beating 2-year-olds, domestic violence on this girl. I'm talking about his rap sheet is this long. Now, at first I thought it was an attorney, and I'm like, how can he be an attorney and he has a rap sheet that's just like, you know, this long?
Did he look like a Muslim brother or some shit like that?
I don't know what he is. I know he's a fucking thug and a fucking criminal. You feel me? But you can always turn your life around.
He'll be the best actor sometimes. He probably, you know, after so many jail.
Yeah, I guess beating up women and kids, those don't make the best actors. I'm just saying, bro. It's certain shit you do, and it's like, all right, I had to do that because I was growing up stealing, taking shit, hopping BART, you know, getting caught with a gun. I feel that. Beating 2-year-olds after the 2-year-old's mom passed away, domestic violence, all that. Like, I don't know. You know, hey, to each his own. Float your boat.
I feel you 100%.
I'm just saying, I want my situation to have light on me, because I know everybody that's around me right now, they finna do extensive background on and make sure because they're looking for shit right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? And me as the victim, me as the suspect, I don't have a criminal background, so I kind of want somebody that's speaking for me. I'm just saying, man.
I feel you.
I'm just saying, you know.
The media always wants to create that divide, but we definitely over time, brother. Any more thoughts on that?
No, man. Just stay tuned. We're gonna give y'all some updates. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
We've been, you know, the business is definitely getting bigger. Mm-hmm. We appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, because without y'all, we ain't nothing, baby. That's Big Six.
This Big Hop. Did he have a bow tie on?
Yeah.
He had a bow tie on?
I don't know.
I was like, okay, all right, because the bow tie is crazy. Don't come in with the criminal record with the bow tie on. I don't know, but my bad.
What's wrong with the bow tie?
I'm just saying, bro. If bow tie be honorable, don't come with no gangster bow tie.
Honorable.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. We gonna check real quick before we get up out of here.
That's Big Hop.
That's Big Six. Wait, hold on. It's Big Hop. That's Big Six.
Yeah, that's like you said.
It's bigger business, baby.
It's bigger business.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just.